any skin condition you have is not a skin condition. It's a condition of the gut through the blood on your skin.
But everybody that's watching right now is like, wait, I'm about to get my paper pad and my notebook.
The body has about 5 to 7 like systems that you want to clean out before, with any disease, that you want to clean out before it externally shows.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy ScottBERNARD here, back with another video. We got a special guest. As you can see, we're not working out, we're not doing any fitness, but this video is gonna be very important. And this queen right here got a lot to share with you all. So please talk to the people.
What's up, y'all? My name is Jessica. I'm with For the People Organics. I am an international alkaline conduit. That's what I like to call myself.
Okay.
I'm somebody that believes in understanding the body on a cellular level. I do DNA consultations to understand problems from the inside out rather than outside in. Thanks for having me, Scott.
Of course, Queen. No, blessings. I'm honored right now. Where are you from?
Anian from the Bronx.
BX strong.
Yeah, man.
Up in the Bronx, you see a lot of things, you know, and when you're growing up in an environment like the Bronx, comes to anything that is healthy, when it comes to anything in nutrition-wise, you know, so we've been through the trenches and we've been through a lot, the trials and tribulations to get to where we are at right now. And are you vegan?
I am vegan.
Okay. How long you been vegan?
So off and on, I've been practicing for about 6 to 7 years.
Okay.
About Dr. Sadie and the alkaline vegan diet.
Yes.
So that's what I believe in. That's what I find to have no flaw. That's what I find cures. And I'm excited to talk more about that.
Let's talk more about that. Talk about your upbringing. Growing up in the Bronx, how did you go from your upbringing in the Bronx to where you're at right now? So talk to me. Let's have a conversation.
Beautiful question. So I grew up in this place called University Avenue. There's nothing good over there. You know,
University, I'm from Hybrid.
He's right down the block. No options, especially back then when I was growing up. I remember like my local supermarket had that looked organic.
Nothing.
The meat looked spoiled. It's just a normal way of life. You get bad cramping, you're always sick, and you just consider it normal.
Yes.
I want to say that I probably wouldn't even have been challenged to do anything different myself. And then life hits you, right? And you know, sometimes we have to thank God for those things because that's what makes us change.
Yes.
My grandmother raises me with 2 other family members. All get sick back to back.
Wow.
People, you know, every time I speak, I have to give of like my upbringing. My grandma was a legend. She was the most humble legend that I know. She was an Alvin Ailey dancer, and she was like the first of her kind. A woman who's 70 years old with abs in her stomach just gets like deathly ill, and I just started to question like, what is it in our food? What is it in our water? What is it in the environment? Like something is off, and that's how I learned about veganism. You know, you start learning about how serious genetically modified organisms are.
GMO.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about that.
Yeah, so even if it's not about meat or like vegetables, you just learn that so many of the nutrients in the food, when it's genetically processed, is stripped out of the food. So your body is void of the minerals it really needs to thrive and to really like exercise itself how you're supposed to.
Please, can you talk about how you were eating from back when, the lifestyle you was living before you went to the transition? Please, can you talk about
asking all the right questions, guys. You guys have the best host.
I do this at the... Come on, it's me.
This is amazing. And it's beautiful because even I realized that as I changed my vegan lifestyle, I also changed my real lifestyle. As a music artist at the time, we were always on the road, and I was someone that I ate everything. I ate Spanish food. I ate African food. I loved my fufu. Oh my goodness, my jollof.
Ghana jollof.
Hey,
Ghana jollof, man.
is better than Nigerian.
Hey. Hold on. Let's say some controversial things. But Ghana jollof.
Hey, anything Ghanaian. I love Dominican food, mango. I loved rice and I loved everything.
Chinese food?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay, sometimes now. Okay.
But I don't. you know.
Yeah.
Ate everything. I was always on the road, and it just seemed like being sick was just something that you just accepted. Like, okay, this happens at this time of the year. It happens a couple of times a year. You get to this point where you're like, that's not what's meant for me in this lifetime. I want to study, I want to learn, and I want to change my life. I also changed my life. I just stopped being on the road. I was like, I want something more concrete in the choices of how I move my body. You know, I want to be more active. All of these things together it comes with veganism.
What motivated you to go that route for you to be, you know what, I'm going to stay disciplined and I'm going to stick to this no matter what? How did you feel going into it in the beginning? Can you please expand on it? Talk to me.
I knew that if I didn't do it, I would be next after my family.
Hey, okay, my condolences, my condolences.
No, but you know what? It's a beautiful thing in hindsight. It helps you to see that the sum of your choices.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's someone that you loved or someone that you hated. They're a compilation of their choices or their ignorance or some truth. Like, nobody's exempt. Like, it's either you do the work or you don't, and you have to pay the price. On a daily basis, you know, I talk to myself in that way. Like, no one is exempt. We're special in our own way, but we're really not that special. You know,
Right.
we're in a very natural place. There's a lot of, you know, greenery around us.
Right.
And it's always a reminder that if I sow something, I reap it. If I till something, it beautifies.
Body has to hold themselves accountable for the choices that they make and for the food that they put into their body and for the things that they do. You have to be held accountable.
Have to be held.
And whatever comes with it comes with it. Because
Life
effect.
or death.
Hey, okay, life or death. You know, and we talked briefly some time ago, you know, because we kind of met a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, and it has been amazing connection thus far. Your father, may he rest in power, was kind of resilient at the time, you know, make you feel.
Truthfully, my father's a classic example of what a lot of our fathers, I feel like, are also. So,
original Ghanaian.
Original Ghanaian.
Hey.
But just overall, I don't want to call our parents stubborn.
Right.
I want to call them headstrong.
Okay.
You know, I'm speaking to anyone who probably feels like this toward their parents.
Yes.
Maybe you're trying to get your parents to shift and their lifestyle. You guys have to, I want you to understand, you have to come at them from a psychological standpoint that says we're advertised more to in maybe 5 minutes than our grandparents in their whole life. So imagine your parents, they have this television that's just throwing facts at them, you know? Whether it's true or not, they've been shoved their whole life, and it was the status quo, like this is what we do, this is what is right, and then when you come to them and you perhaps say something that's true, you have the scientific backing to talk about it, something that knocks them off of their foundation. So give them a little bit of grace, patient with their headspace. It's not a natural kind of conversation, it's deeper. It's a deeper conversation.
Times when people get caught up in traditions, this is how it's supposed to be, and there's no concrete backing whatsoever, but this is how it's supposed to be. This is the tradition of things. Because once there's change, you know, people fear what they don't understand. People fear change, and people fear what they don't understand. Shout out to Nas.
Yeah.
Even when you try to break it down for them to understand, you know, there's still some resilience. But trust and believe that there will come a time when they have to realize, like, okay, maybe the things that I've been doing have not been beneficial towards my lifestyle, and I have to make a change. I have to make a lifestyle change. When life hits you very hard.
When your parents get sick, that's when they know when to find you. What's that thing you said about the sea moss again?
Yeah, yes.
What's that thing?
Yeah.
Which herb you said is good for high blood pressure?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how your parents are.
Oh, yeah.
So
Trust me, I know.
Just be patient. Just be patient.
Just be patient, yes.
So my dad, you know, he was a very comical human being. One day he had this spiritual sign on his chest, and I said, Dad, what's that? You know, and he was like, I just got I'm watching my show. You know, so that's
what show he's watching?
Some 1960s black and white
show.
They love stuff like that. So he's watching this show. He's like, shoo. So I asked him again because I'm seeing the sign on his, and he said, Jessica, the witch has given me diabetes. So I'm repelling the witch. I said, oh, okay. You eat fufu for breakfast, you eat fufu for lunch, for snack, for dinner, and the witch gave you diabetes. So we have to take accountability.
Yes.
The witch did not give you diabetes. The witch is your decision.
Oh my gosh, the witch. Okay.
A lot of us, we are blaming witches that are our own decisions. Even, I want to talk about this.
Yes, please.
It's not only what you put in your mouth. It's what you allow in your mind, your environment.
Yes.
The people you have around you. I like to tell people, get you around some love, find out the truth, and really pursue to follow it. You know, these things are even bigger than the food that you're putting in your mouth.
Yes.
Even without that, I mean, I know a lot of angry vegans.
Oh. And how long you been vegan? How many years?
Yeah, 6 to 7 years.
6 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going on 6 myself.
How does it feel?
Oh man, it feels amazing. You know, let me talk about briefly about my story, you know, because like I said, we're both from the Bronx. So we can relate. You know, and I remember growing up in the Bronx, the Chinese food spot, the Kennedy fried chicken spot, the Giovanni's pizza spot, the McDonald's, the Burger King, everything you could think of that was very unhealthy was placed in the Bronx and certain communities, you know. And growing up, you start to see things very frequent, right? And then as you see it more frequently, it becomes more normalized. So one thing I've learned now that I'm a grown man from in my younger days is that we tend to normalize suffering. We tend to normalize suffering because, you know, back in the day, every time we say, oh, we're about to go eat good, we're about to go bust down this and third, not knowing that, okay, us saying that we're about to eat good was not necessarily good for us. On a nutritional, on a cellular aspect of life.
A friend said, she was preaching one day, and she said, you have to learn how to like what's good for you.
You gotta learn to like what is good for you. Absolutely. So when you're eating the cookies, the chips, the fried foods, the processed foods, it tastes good, but it's not good for you. On a nutritional level, it's not. It's actually causing more destruction than becoming more beneficial for you. I continue with my journey, you know, growing up in the Bronx, and I had a revelation around 2015. Now, I love to talk about this story because this story is about healing, the aspect from a spiritual aspect and from a mental aspect as well too. Get depressed, and I would feel mentally exhausted because of the foods that I was eating, but I didn't notice that until I had to change what I was eating. So back in 2015, I injured myself doing a documentary called The World Is Your Myself. I went to the doctor, and the doctor gave me all the medication and all the prescription and all the pills you could think of. So take this, and then you will be okay. Took it for 1 month to 2 months. Nothing was happening with. Took the initiative because I was depressed back then, you know. I'm an athlete. I love to run, hop, jump, skip. I love to do sport. I wasn't able to do that. I got very depressed. And throughout my depression, I said, you know what? I need to take the initiative and find out what's going on with me. I Googled inflammation. The first thing I seen was meat was highly inflammatory. And it kind of like struck me so close to home because, you know, I'm Jamaican. I'm Jamaican, you know, so you grow up on the oxtail, the curry chicken, you know what I mean? You know, jerk chicken, all them things. You know? So it's like, when I seen that, I said, you know what? I'm going to be realistic with my approach. And I said, I'm going to take 8 to 9 months of research and learning. And through my 8 to 9 months of research and learning, that's why I found out about Dr. Sebi, Queen of Four, Dr. Layla Africa, May Rest in Power, and many other different holistic healers and things like that. So I took the initiative. I took accountability and said, okay, I need to heal myself. So fast forward, I came back from Paris, back when I was in the modeling industry and what have you, and I said, you know what? I think it's time for me to go into this journey and try it out and whatever. 1 week into the vegan lifestyle, the vegan journey, and I felt amazing. And it was something like I kind of rejuvenated my body and I restarted my body in a cellular level because I never had this kind of nutrition in my life. And my skin started to clear up and what have you. And speaking about skin, look at her skin, y'all.
Yeah,
look at my skin. You know, she's been helping me a lot too. But let's talk about more about what you got going on here. Now you have, you know, these products that's in front of us right now, and she's gonna explain everything right now.
Yeah.
So talk to us. What's going on here?
Only minorities but a lot of people as a whole don't understand the function of your skin, your most important organ. The second you come outside of your house, interactions your skin has with nature, and we just abandon it. And for that reason, people who look like you, people who look like me, people who don't look like us, have made skin cancer the most common cancer, not only in the US but worldwide. A couple of years ago, I've been studying for about 10 years now worldwide, traveling to different places under doctors and scientists and herbalists. Skin cancer.
Oh wow.
We start realizing that when you look at the ingredient list of different sunscreens, it's all things you can't pronounce.
Oh wow.
Yes.
More about that, please.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, how is this supposed to protect me from skin cancer, firstly? And second of all, even if it does protect me, what other price am I paying for it? Absolute bestseller. It's called Green the Alkaline Way, or Curador.
All right.
And what I was able to do in this product is I was able to make a science-backed sunscreen out of herbs. It has over 100 SPF, meaning that it lasts all day. It's non-comedogenic, which is this fancy science word that means it doesn't clog your pores.
Okay.
How much did you put on your face today? Like 2-3 drops?
Like 2-3 drops, you know, some. See what's going on here.
Yeah. Sky's glistening. That's what it does. You don't feel it. It soaks under your epidermis, which is the top layer of your skin. So contrary to conventional sunscreen, there's a number of things. The protection is from inside out versus outside in. Lasts all day without the white film. There's absolutely no white film. There's no gimmicks. We take the seeds from in Jamaica. We cold press it into an oil. It's unscathed, meaning it grows in a way that nobody touches it. No scientist has cross-specied it. When we cold press it into an oil, it has a science-backed presence of 50 to 60 SPF. We're from North Africa. I live in Africa half of the year in Ghana. I make a stop up there.
Okay. She's all over. She international, you know what I'm saying? So she travels.
I'm your worldwide gatherer.
Yes.
Another 20 to 25 SPF. A lot of people who don't even believe in sunscreen just come to me because, like, clearing up the eczema, the psoriasis.
And what is the importance of wearing sunscreen? Because I hear it a lot. I used to be one of those people. Us as black people, we don't need no sunscreen. You know, we don't need no sunscreen. So what is the importance of wearing sunscreen?
Black people need sunscreen.
Okay.
White people need sunscreen.
Okay.
Asian people need sunscreen.
Everybody.
Let me start with our grandparents' age. Or some form of SPF that they didn't call SPF. They probably just said, we're putting oil on our face, or we're protecting ourselves, or even on a science basis, shea butter does have like a 6 to 8 SPF. It's nothing significant enough to protect you from the sun. That's the first thing. The second things that we're faced with that our grandparents weren't faced with. So like the lining of the sun, right? The ozone layer.
Yes. Talk about it.
Borderline unexistent. So you're talking about what your grandparents did. You're not in your grandparents' day.
No.
Yeah. The food you're eating is ripping away at your liver, causing issues with you digesting certain vitamins. So you need sunscreen. You know, it's a different day, it's a different age. The melanin in your skin. A lot of people say I'm black. I got melanin.
I got melanin.
Melanin provides you some form of UVA and UVB protection, but nothing significant enough that is science. Go fight science, don't fight me.
Oh, say it again.
Yeah. The melanin in your skin provides you some coverage, but nothing significant enough to thoroughly protect you from the sun. You have to be very careful. In fact, that's what Bob Marley died from.
Oh!
He had a piece of melanoma on his foot. We all know he was a Rasta.
Yes.
Yep.
This is not only information for the skin. This is information to save your life. My sister right here, this queen right here from the Bronx, the same area that I'm from, where we don't have the resources and we don't have that healthy environment out there, right? But you took the initiative to study, you took the initiative to gather this knowledge, and now you're sharing it amongst your peers and your people. And you're saving people's lives right now. And you're also educating me on things that I didn't know. So I really appreciate it. Can you please continue?
Yes, that I find now. Something else that is special, right?
Yes.
Scott, I want you to put out your arm. I'm not here. I live in Ghana. Ghana is this country in West Africa. And don't know if you can like show them. Do you guys know when you go to like a regular shop and you buy shea butter and you're like digging your fingers in for dear life and it's harder than life is supposed to be?
Yeah.
That's not grade A shea butter. It's not grade A. I don't want to speak on anyone else.
Yeah.
But my family owns a shea butter farm. This is
Talk about it.
Grade A shea butter. We just put it on his skin. It just slides on the skin. It's amazing. I mean, like, even before the sunscreen came about, for eczema, psoriasis, even a small container like this can last you months, 4, 5, 6 months, because it's so soft. It's an easy application. Wintertime, that's what I'll do. I'll take 2 to 3 drops of the sunscreen, put it on a clean face, and then, you know, for some extra moisture, you know, it's very important for you to take care of your skin during the winter time.
Okay.
A lot of people feel like they don't need sunscreen in the winter.
Oh, I'm thinking to myself, like, it's a winter, there's no sun, especially in New York, you know, no. Can you please, listen, hit the like button and comment down below if you want to know more information with me and my lovely sister Jessica right now, because this is amazing. Please,
yes,
get down to it.
Science says even more concerning in the winter time because we're closer to the northern hemisphere.
Right.
The UVA and UVB rays are more dangerous, making you more susceptible to the presence of skin cancer.
What?
Yes.
In the winter time.
In the winter time.
When it's snowing.
Oh man, even when it's raining, guys. When it's raining, even if it's an overcast, you should always wear sunscreen. It's a very serious thing.
So every single day I need to wear. Every single day I need to wear sunscreen.
Every single day.
Like how I take showers every single day. I need to wear sunscreen. Oh wow. What are the foods that you would recommend to enhance your overall skin health as well too?
That's a very good question.
Yes.
So, like I said in the beginning, what I do for a living is I literally do, it seems like skin consultations, but what I actually do is I call them DNA consultations because I like to look at people's childhood and why they do certain things. A person doesn't just do a behavior. They learned it from somewhere, some kind of influence came in and made you think away, to eat away.
Okay.
Yeah. Any skin condition you have is not a skin condition. It's a condition of the gut through the blood on your skin.
But everybody that's watching right now is like, wait, I'm about to get my paper pad and my notebook because I'm here. Please talk about it.
Yeah. The body has about 5 to 7 like systems that you want to clean out before with any disease. That you want to clean out before it externally shows. An intracellular cleanse. That's what Dr. Sebi talked about.
Rest in power, Dr. Sebi.
Yes. Because the truth is, what's gonna happen is even if you go alkaline, right? Cleanse. It's like a sewer system. Let's call it that, right? The pipes. So it's like, okay, I changed my diet. Yeah, little. Maybe you'll see some results, but until you have extracted all the gunk out of the system, your skin issues will still prevail. A lot of herbs.
So like people that has like eczema.
Yes.
Because that's one of those like common ones that I hear.
There's a lot of talk about what's alkaline, what's not alkaline, and quite frankly, guys, the only thing that I know to be scientifically alkaline is herbs. The food it has its place, but the Bible says it. Any religious book says it. Herbs are for the healing of the nation. That's what Dr. Sebi said. That's what he used.
Yes.
Shout out to Ma'a, which is Dr. Sebi's first wife.
Yes.
You know, she'll be at the seminar and
what kind of herbs? Please get into it, because I'm
nasty
here.
Ones.
Get into
the
it.
Bitters.
The bitters.
The bitters.
Get
more.
The
gut cleaning colon bitters. The Cascara sagrada.
I heard that one.
Black walnut hulls. If you get into something like this, don't try to do it on your own. You want to speak to someone who knows what you're doing, because it can seriously harm you.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh yeah. The mistakes in my early fasting journey also.
Yes.
There's things you can't do. There's times, women, for instance, if you're on your menstrual, you shouldn't fast like that. You're already cleaning your blood, and your blood is cleaning itself, and you're already lost of so much energy, and then you go and fast like that, it can hurt you deeply. Someone who knows how to guide you in a way that's specific for you, right? It's like training. It's like training.
Pretty much,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Absolutely. You want to go to a professional.
Yes.
You can train on your own, right?
Yes.
But who's gonna show you the proper form?
Injury free.
Exactly. Injury perfection. Who's gonna show you proper form? Who's gonna show you what to do, how to do it? Who's gonna show you nutrition and what have you? And this is why you seek out professionals. Can you give us 2 more herbs? 2 more?
2 more herbs. So those are the colon herbs. Burdock root.
Burdock root.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I love burdock root.
Really cleans out the skin.
Yes.
Believe it or not, there's tamarind.
Tamarind.
It plays a beautiful role. It was like when I'm in Jamaica, they'll have like the tamarind tree with the leaves, and like my herb guy, he taught me so much like about herpes, you know, that it cleans, you know, helps with the tumors and, you know, gets you right.
Right.
Tamarind leaves.
And what about this right here? Because this has
yeah.
been sitting on the table for quite some time. What is this?
So, you know what? There's so much discussion about sea moss, and I'm really glad that we're here to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Is the source, right? Controversy, a lot of back and forth.
Oh yeah.
And I just have to say it straight. The only 2 legitimate species of sea moss that I know to be concrete is the Condus crispus, the purple leaf.
Yes.
And this is something called Graciolaria or spaghetti sea moss. It's string, very thin. I even want to kind of like extend my hand out. It's thin like string. There's no puff on it.
You know what's very interesting too? Because I did a video probably 2 years ago, a year ago.
Yeah.
A very controversial video. And it was talking about the real sea moss from the fake sea moss. The real sea moss from the farm sea moss. The sea moss that's cultivated in dirty, polluted waters versus the sea moss that is cultivated in clean, pristine water. All right? So just learn the difference. I'll probably, you know, link that video somewhere, but yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The sea moss you put in your mouth is very important, you know? Anything in this life, I like to say, you just know it by its math. So my diver goes 30 minutes out and 30 minutes down just to get this species of sea off of a rock. So that's what you're looking for when it comes to sea moss. Some pieces of this kind of sea moss literally have the rock on it, and you see the string just coming off of it. So what happens is, in condition, anytime there's a fad of something, or anytime something is new and exciting, people that like to go and gene splice, which is another word for putting starch in something or making a hybrid species.
Wait, you said gene splice?
Yeah, that's the process of
so that's like crossbreeding.
Yes.
But hit the comment button right now. This sister's giving you the gems.
95% of food here in America. Gene splice. They cross species it. When you see your tomato looking larger than your head, gene spliced.
Like the large ginger.
And yes, gene spliced.
The watermelon without seeds.
Gene spliced. Seedless grapes.
Seedless grapes.
Organic seedless grapes.
Oh!
How can a grape be organic and seedless?
Organic seedless watermelon. What?
You have seeds yourself.
Take the what and leave the what?
Follow the laws of nature.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to be smart to be happy. You don't have to be smart to have common sense. Sea moss grows off of a rock. People will show me and you see it. When you see the other species of sea moss, it gels big, quickly. It's even lighter. It's gene splice. You can tell there's starch put in there. And then some species of it are grown on ropes. Even some of them mimic the rock idea, but you can just tell. You know, nature has no real fluff. It's a line. It's a line. There's no extra tangents. Straight line.
Talk about the benefits of taking sea moss and how does that affect your skin and overall health. Quickly.
Sea moss is beautiful, just like many other sea algae. So algae is a beautiful thing because
sea plant.
Yes.
Algae.
Yes, and a number to our earth. You know, this beautiful earth that we were put to live in and does so many beautiful things for us. We haven't done many beautiful things for it. So the beautiful thing about seaweeds is the reason that they're so nutritiously dense is because they're unscathed. Nobody touches them, right? So my diver, you see, he goes 30 minutes out and 30 minutes down. He's able to do that and get the benefits of 90 out of 102 minerals in a way that it's able to cleanse itself from the rock, just like spring water. So spring water, right, is water that sometimes you can see it around a river. The spring water is something that passes through a spring.
Right.
The spring is a compilation of rock and dirt under the rock, and the dirt under the rock is purifying the water so that it's suitable with the nutrients and all of these things.
Hey, play Scott, the loaded one, James Bond golden gun. Can't touch this MC who go more hammer than Odin's son. You know this, but then again they ain't recognized Oprah once. But your man going out like Clip's couch when the sofa sunk. Is this quantity or quality? Queen's dealer on a holler street, gon' tell me about a doper run. I'm Chinatown opium. You don't want the smoke, 'cause